You guys are sitting around in the PC house in Kinleyville. Yeah, it looks like they've really built it up, and it looks very nice. Yeah, they've got a lot of nice touches. There's even a toilet. It's not exactly a flush toilet. When you take a dump, it goes into a stream that is constantly flowing beneath the toilet. So for Kinleyville, this is pretty fucking high up on the thing. There's very few people that have their own. I don't have to put a thing of shit outside and hope somebody picks it up every day. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Not sure what happens with the water after that. Probably best not to think about it.
Gets boiled.
Well, I don't know if they discover that Alex Kinley if they discover Alex Kinley shit in it, they may make it into soup and celebrate. I don't know. Anyway,
what they need to do is capture the Shoggoth and put that in its own sewer portion and just have it feed.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like that.
That's alarming.
I get plus 10 pilot Zeppelin, plus 2 sand.
Cool. No reds? Everybody ready to rock? Excellent.
Indeed.
You guys are sitting around there, waiting to get your Scott and Sheila briefing. Dun, 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 dun.
I'm waiting with a bated breath.
All right.
Did you say you're baiting?
A bated breath.
Oh, right. Sorry. Totally different scene.
I made a post last night, kind of detailing what we did in preparation. So I guess I can read it to you so I don't forget anything if you guys haven't read it. I said Dana, Freddie, and I have made some preparations. We led a supply convoy up into the mountains, made several food caches, supply depots, including 2 full sets of 2001 era cold weather wear / gear, and some Santa sleeping bags. It's a safe distance from the ice tower. We also laid out a hidden survival camp, made a trump card of it. For reconnaissance, we observed there's 20 unbound minor ice elementals circling the tower, so I'm getting in and out of it. After surveilling for a while, we didn't see anyone or anything else enter or leave. Of course, fighting ice elementals, you guys should know we'll want fire weapons. Need magic or fire to hurt them at all.
Right.
Both of the 2 combat monkeys look at you like, and why didn't you kill them? There's only 20, you say. How odd.
No, that's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that's a lot of fucking ice elementals.
Well, we'll see if the party does it smart or if they do it normal.
You keep saying that, and I don't think it is what you think it is.
It's all about the experimentation, sir.
Normally I'd ninja everywhere, but it doesn't seem these elementals have eyes.
Right.
So they might see through normal stealth type options.
Yeah, plus just ninjaing through the archway of the tower would be quite a nightmare since there's no cover. These things randomly are wandering around the whole tower. And
is there any pattern to their movements? Did it look like they were kind of in groups of 2, or was it just kind of a random?
Oh, they just kind of mill around randomly.
Okay.
And At first, I thought Logan described them hovering around the tower, but I think later he said that they're actually on the ground.
They're hovering at about ground level. They're like just imagine like different size pieces of ice that are just kind of hovering around.
If they don't see, then how do they perceive people? It could be through, say, vibration of the ground. It could be sound, light. I don't know. Might be cool to know.
I was thinking it probably would due to temperature variance also, but I didn't get as far as my experiment of trying to waddle up in the snowman suit or cover myself in snow and burrow through. See if they don't notice me.
No,
I was persuaded. Glenn keeps me from fun things.
No, I think that's a very valid point. I think if anything, they could probably send through thermal, and bring down our core temperature or something might blind them. That's what I'm just thinking. If we can find a way of blinding them, it could allow us just to walk right through them. But first, we'd have to find out how they perceive the world. Research time. I'll go have a whiskey.
There's a bottle at your elbow.
I'm thinking, since they're elementals, they probably like just perceive what things are made out of. Like they're all ice. They can tell that the elemental next to them is all ice. They can tell that the human is a fleshy meat bag. So I thought if we could like screen or camouflage ourselves with sheets of ice, maybe that would block their vision.
Could be tricky, but good thinking. They hover around.
Or flamethrowers.
Icicles. I could have some loads of ice for my whiskey. Get in my cup. What about the actual tower itself? I mean, once we do bypass the elementals, whatever way that is there an obvious doorway to get in, or
super obvious arch right at the bottom, and looks like it's 5 or 6 stories up. There's no windows or anything.
That's gonna be trapped the fuck out of. just presuming that everything is trapped. Everything's booby trapped. Yeah, that fork on the table, booby trap. All the guards, booby trapped. Just booby traps everywhere.
This will be your very first, very possibly challenging structure.
Yes.
So, are there like flaming swords available in MMO land, or?
There was ones we were using, but I'm thinking even with flaming swords, I think heading directly on with these guys could be not a great idea.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to go at them head on, but
I think the combat alone will be challenging, but then it's potentially going to alert the rest of the defenses on the tower to our presence, and then everything's going to be harder from that point on. So,
can anybody else hear Chris?
I'm not said anything.
Okay. I thought your lips moved and shit.
Ventriloquism.
Oh.
You just need to get a dummy first.
Yeah.
Chris, the next thing I want is next time you play dummy.
I'll get right on that.
All right. Cool.
So research.
Research.
If there's any more information.
If only you had a big library.
Ooh.
You know. If you haven't read that board, things happened.
It's obviously sabotage.
Sabotage.
Sabotage. Oh.
Hmm.
I mean, you can't just accidentally tear a painting to shreds and then stomp up and down on it.
Right.
Must be enemy action.
You can if you're incredibly unlucky.
Hmm. As far as plans go, if Freddy was here, I'd recommend a diversion. But because he's not, we can't really do that because he's always my man too for the diversion. I'm sure he's going to love that when he hears that.
It'll be about mid-January before he does.
You'll be like, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Have Freddy run around the tower, draw all the elementals.
Yeah.
Everyone else charges in.
Benny Hill style. Right. So we don't have the library anymore, right?
Correct.
How many people were stuck inside?
0.
Okay, well, that's good.
I don't know if any more library. Well, there's surely got to be one of the other zones with another library in it.
What kind of library are we looking for?
Well, I suppose
I can.
a magical creature library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we could always
Let's
see
say I
if
can-
they know, like, so, never mind.
What, getting Logan to roll?
No.
I love
I can
that.
trump us to a library in Shermer, but they won't have anything on magic stuff.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you guys don't have any independent intel on the tower?
No.
Not really. No. We went there once with Freddie and I think it was Mildred was with us, and we basically didn't get close enough because it started getting too cold. So that's how we knew about obviously the cold. So we had to turn back before we got. Obviously, you guys got closer because you managed to find out all that stuff.
Now, keep in mind that especially with Alex Kinley here, because everybody's fairly affable to all of you guys, but Alex Kinley's like the Romulus and Remus of Rome to these guys. Well, the one that lived, Romulus, but he smashed his brother's head open. Anyway, pretty much any kind of gear that's needed and stuff. If Kinley goes out and kill that phone. Goes and asks for it, the city will probably be happy to fucking supply any gear he needs. If he asks for flaming swords, if there's any to be found in the city, then you're pretty certain they'll be delivered with bows on them.
Like I said, I don't want to go at him head on, but I think it would be a good idea to have fire weapons in case shit breaks out.
We can do that. We can do that. If they have any.
Oh, and as a side note, the Ice Tower is a prestige mod, and if anybody figures out the book that Freddie had posted up and stuff, and actually traces that shit over, then which I find highly unlikely, then that is also a prestige mod. That is a fucking hardcore mystery that I believe for sure Doc Fulton will be very interested in, as well as McKay, because they love the fucking hardcore mysteries. And so that is the juicy fruit of mystery there for you. Yeah, I kind of lost it at the end.
It's the red pendant post.
Yeah, if you'd like to read the red pendant post, if you're on the board to the other guys, just as a FYI thing for them, and to recap for all of our studio audience out there and our millions of fans overseas who don't necessarily understand what's going on in this game, but they like the people talking to each other on the screen.
Let's see. The red pendant book. They said he left it at the Australian embassy. If you want to go read it. He fully read it and made synopsis.
Yes.
Child paste.
There you go.
For our studio audience. Best-selling book called Red Pendant. It's a murder mystery by Janice Swifty. Digging into the book more, the author is fuzzy as to where the detective, no name ever given, book is written in first-person point of view, where they actually found the red pendant, stating only that it was well hidden. It was found after reading the Greater Key of Solomon. That's a book. The book then took a turn to a more Da Vinci Code type of work, as the detective had to do some sort of very complicated ritual involving the gem that was harder than anything he ever did in his life before nearly killed him. By doing this, he kept the demons at bay and saved the world. Then returned the gem to its rightful owners, who were some sort of monks who lived upon a mountain and guard the red pendant for a time in the future when it'll be needed again to keep the demons at bay.
So the pendant will be with some monks somewhere in the mountains. Yay. Fuck the book, we'll just go straight for the mountains.
So I made some connections here. It sounds like the complicated ritual is walking the pattern. Amber Castle is on a mountain. That kind of stuff. I don't know if I'm on the right trail.
There's speculation that like Random is one of the monks that's supposed to have the red pendant because he lives on the mountain. Maybe.
Yeah, somebody said he had a red pendant and now it's missing, maybe.
Who's this?
I don't know if you guys know anything about that. Or
I didn't know we knew about monks living in mountains. Nice.
Yeah, so currently Random is missing the Gem of Judgment, which has its own pattern inside. That's kind of like Amber's big power against chaos. And whoever controls the Gem of Judgment usually controls the power at an Amber level.
Right, and
Like if the Courts of Chaos got it, they would probably take over.
I guess it's a red pendant.
And it's something that Doc Fulton has personally come up with before.
No, clearly it was in a dream of a dream.
Yes, but apparently you know about it.
so you're the detective?
Don't know, because even when we were that time, we were helping Corwin look for it. There's a lot of similarities going on. And since I'm not sure all of what is and all of what isn't, I don't want to flood too much information because it could just lead to different places that it's just going to make everybody go like, what? Plus, it happened years ago, so I wouldn't have full recall of everything, and I could be confusing myself as well. So if I can make some things connect, I will, but I don't want to make it too convoluted for everybody else. Yes. Corey, too.
All right. So we can think about that. In the meantime, maybe round up some fire swords. Or stuff.
Yeah, we can see how many they've got. We might as well take something just in case, but I'd really like to try and come up with a way that we can just get past this without combat. At 20 is a lot, even for 4. It's going to be like 5 apiece, and
that's a lot of guys.
We're going to be hitting hard. I noted that they were unbound. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. There wasn't like 20 wizards there controlling them or whatever.
I don't suppose anyone has minor elemental control.
That'd be slick. And no.
It shows a clock slowly going around and around.
We can trump out there if you guys want to take a look for yourself.
Well, I think trying to get trying to do some planning now before we leave, because I suppose we can trump out, but we can.
Oh yeah, you guys have got the slick fucking railroad set up here. I'll tell you what.
Because then we can always come back if we need any gear. Let's see if anything's changed.
Everybody grabs hold of Glenn, and Glenn picks up a card, and it becomes bigger and more real to him, and eventually steps through, and everybody steps with him, and boom, you're suddenly at a looks like a pretty decent made camp in the mountains, and god damn, you're grateful for those fucking cards. I mean, even at the novice level of making them, they really just kick so much ass. Over there's the ice tower. It's like up and looks like it's definitely getting colder over there and stuff. In fact, you guys see like some random small bird fly in, and it just kind of goes, like, oh fuck, I'm getting away from the tower thing now. Because birds are not all that bright. That's all that's left of the dinosaurs.
I get out the cold winter gear.
No problem. She digs up literally her cache of cold weather gear and passes it out. Fortunately, there's enough suits for everybody. You've got the nice, almost modern stuff. You know, I mean, by today's standards, it's a couple decades old, but yeah, looks good. You guys are really wrapped up tight. You stand there milling about the camp aimlessly.
Well,
the mountain air feels crisp and
so
clean.
Again, what is it? Like, same thing? 20 elementals just milling around outside?
You guys actually hike up there, no problem. You don't encounter anything around here because anything that likes to be around here doesn't like to be here. So, as you begin to approach the distant tower, it gets colder and colder. You can see your breath and begin to believe that if you weren't properly dressed, you'd begin losing fingers and toes. when you get up to, right now you're at about 200 meters away from the tower. Looks like there's some blinds set up and stuff, and like little depressions in the ground and such, where it looks like there probably were 3 people laying there. So one of you is stuck making their own new rut to hide in. And you're about 200 meters away from the archway. It's too far to normally see anything worth a shit, but I believe Glenn has his most valued possession, which I will snatch from his hand eventually, the binoculars. He's looking through them.
Yeah, I'll pass them over.
No problem. You guys... No, he doesn't. Let's see if Doc Fulton can pull off what Doc Fulton normally pulls off. Give me that roll, Chris. I'm curious to see if it's still working for you or if you managed to break it finally. Fuck you. Anyway, so, right. It looks as though there's a lot of chunks of shiny whitish blue floating around in front of the tower. They move erratically, sometimes floating low to the ground after each other. Sometimes they're mobile. Sometimes they suddenly dart kind of quickly around. They all seem to be sticking to the area about 50 meters from the tower. If you, for the 2 who haven't seen it, you can go ahead and roll cryptozoology. Everybody else has already done theirs.
Too many writing skills.
Nice. Well, yeah.
Fumble. Ah, yes. They are whiskey ice elementals. Perfect in my glass. I must go and put them in my glass.
There you go. You notice that occasionally one does kind of wander inside the archway, but then back out. Like,
So I'm going to use I'm going to burn a charge using my magic glasses
I can do so.
and look at the whole area.
Oh, yeah. I want to see where the magic fucking shit is emanating from.
Sure. You guys each burn a charge. You're in MMO land, so there's no willpower roll. And you notice that doing it with the binoculars or the finger binoculars, pretty much all you can really tell, give me analyze magic. You're not getting a lot of information. You need to be a lot closer to use these.
Fail. Yep.
There's nothing. You're too far away to actually have them work.
Okay. This makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Makes very sense, yes. Where's my charges? 7. Okay.
So around the back, there are no ice elementals. It's just in this front area.
Okay. Is there any caves overlooking the tower, or is this like the highest point?
On the money. Everything else is exactly as they described. The tower itself is either made of bone, ice, or white-colored stone. It's kind of shiny and a little bit sparkly.
The source of the Bleak River is somewhere around here.
Oh, yeah. It seems to be coming like from under the tower and then it flows down type deal. Or it's runoff from a perpetually melting tower. It's hard to say.
Yeah. Has anyone tried making a trump of the tower yet?
I think, don't we need to be closer, or
You have
else
to go in there.
Yeah.
I would need to be familiar with it as well.
Yeah.
And it'll take a couple of days of holding off the ice elementals while some guy can paint.
It might be worth
Ching, 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 ching.
it.
Now, as we're watching, does each of the elementals go back into the tower and then back out periodically, or is it just like random?
Random. Their movements seem super random. Almost like they were programmed in a video game or some shit.
Yeah.
Even in a video game, there's a pattern. There's always a
Yes.
pattern.
Apparently, they have better random number generations nowadays and less problems with pathing.
Ah.
There.
That's a lie, but that's okay.
Well, it's cyberpunk era. Cyberpunk in the future.
Okay.
We're all hopeful.
They're kind of acting like guard dogs.
The tower
So-
itself is pretty big.
We go around to the back of the tower and we get out our climbing gear, get up to the very top, melt a hole through it, and then jump down.
Wow.
Yeah, ice climbing is
A hole
awesome.
through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that's just normal ice. If it is ice, it's probably magical ice.
Ice.
Which makes
If there aren't any elementals on the back,
They
can't melt the hole through it.
occasionally a small group will wander around and stuff, but generally speaking, they do stick to the front. And also, you're not sure if the tower's ice, since it is kind of a glowy bluish color, bluish white color, glowy.
Yeah.
If we can cut through the tower, we should go around to the back and just do it on the ground level.
Looking at the wall, because you can see through the archway, it does appear to be what we classify as pretty fucking thick.
So jackhammer.
Bloody hell.
Couple days with the jackhammer should do it.
I'm sure
no one will notice that.
No.
Nope.
No, someone's got a silence spell they can keep up for 2 days.
Silence says something.
Shut up.
They're Magitech flamethrowers. That would be awesome.
You know, I'm sure there are Magitech flavored, like with fire flavored pistols that we might be able to get.
If you had your butler, for sure.
I have one of those.
Probably does a little bit extra damage against these at least. But then again, that's like screaming, "Here I am! Let's do some combat, bitches!"
Yeah.
So probably still the most feasible is the distraction of a warm-blooded something hopping around over there, and we try to get through with our appropriate weapons, and then once we're inside, we die.
I think running right into there would be an awesome thing.
Yep.
Of course you would.
It just shows like a lot of different shots of you guys just sitting there going, and then it shows distant shot, different distant shot.
Now, have you like tried to like get their attention and then run off to see if they reset?
Nope. You first.
I mean, this is kind of like, if this is like an MMO, eventually they will give up pursuit. So what happens if you do go in there and aggro them and then run off? Let's say you guys do that. Like you guys distract
Are
them.
you suggesting we should do a Leroy Jenkins?
Kind of. So someone grabs aggro and like, because like, do any of you have trump cards yet of yourselves?
Ourselves? No.
Well,
no, I have a card of
my
Dana.
trump card of me to one of you. You guys distract, make them come away. I sneak into the tower. Once they reset, you trump me. I bring you in.
Nice. Have they walked the pattern?
These you're not sure of your ability to outrun them. I just want to point out.
I was just saying, how fast are they moving?
Yeah.
Right here, it looks like about twice as fast as you. You're guessing when they're darting, about twice as fast as you.
Yikes.
But they're all staying within about, like I said, 50 meters of the tower. It does the air does seem to get colder as you go closer to the tower as well. Yes. But, I mean, I don't see any problem with Glenn nobly sacrificing himself to. He might, but I mean, yeah.
I could take a shot at one of them if we want to test how they react.
Yeah, but is all you have is a pistol, though?
The double range, adjustable flavor Magitech pistol.
So 20-meter shot.
You need a rifle or a bow.
Well,
like you said, getting back to Kindleyville is very, very close with the trump cards.
You don't necessarily have to effectively attack them to draw their attention with it.
Right. I mean, if you just shot something in that area that they would notice, you might have to hit one of them to make them notice. I don't know how intelligent they are. We don't know that either. What happens if we had some kind of, now that they know how to make Magitech grenades and such, what happens if we threw
They're
one?
not very intelligent, I know that.
I find a rock, a small one.
Sure.
Throw it and see.
I put it in my mouth to warm it up.
It tastes like you're sucking a rock.
Yep. It's part of my survival skills, guys. I have to suck on rocks.
I love it if your tongue got
And
stuck, so cold.
Mm-hmm.
I throw it at him.
Sure. Give me a throw roll at a quarter. You're 200 meters away. I'll let you know how far you actually can get.
I never got to play softball growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Damn sexist parents. All right.
I grew up in the forest. It was really hard to get a league together.
Oh. Hey, go ahead and give it a go. Let's see. Hey, she threw it a good 20 meters, so it's about, a tenth of the way there. It lands in the snow.
20 meters, picks it up. Next year she's standing next to him.
Guy. That'd be epic.
That'd be hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
My dad knew that the world was going to end, so he took the family out into the forest as survivalists.
Nice. All right.
So all right. Hold on, guys.
Ooh, he's getting ready to do something clever.
Pull out my golf club. Put a ball down.
Oh, God.
Whoa. I just had an idea. Do you think these things are affected by phase?
By who?
Phase. As in, someone with phase goes out, gets their attention as soon as they get close. Phase. You can't see me anymore.
Freeze phase.
Yes.
They have to. It doesn't work that way.
No.
I would like to point out this is not a driver. This is a putter. With a driver, you could definitely get them, but with a putter, you're having severe doubts.
A little bit negatives, I know.
You don't have the whole bag with you?
Do we not want to plan to get out if they do all suddenly rush us? Because then we're in combat.
And that's a card for Matt. By the way, you're thinking with your expertise in golf, if you were able to hit a ball half the distance you are to them now with your putter, you would be doing amazingly well. Now with the driver, this is not a problem at all. If you go get you probably a 5-wood. 5-wood would do it nice proper. You could probably peg one in with that. What do you got on you?
I've still got 3 decoder rings, so that's down to 2.
Okay. I mean, putters are rubbish at hitting very far.
So Sorry, 2 decoding rings down to 1.
Does anybody have any crap cards so I can get rid of something? All my cards are pretty good.
Yeah, I got a appraisal 20 that it's easy.
Got a nada.
Oh, yeah,
that's
toss
even
that.
better.
I'll give you my assistant 10.
Yep. Psychic abilities card. That's a discard and redraw, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No psychic powers.
You're actually with your. Give me a golfing roll to know something special here, Fulton. Anybody else who wants to make a golfing roll can go ahead and try it.
I actually have that skill, and I hate the fact that I have that
I
skill.
do have golf.
We
There you
do
go.
have golf.
All
Because
right.
in Red Carpet, we used to enjoy your golf course.
Yeah, I'm not holding it on principle.
Okay.
Until that we found a whole bunch of bodies in a basement and we needed someplace to burn them.
Yeah.
Got it. Fulton, you're thinking about a 3-iron for this.
Okay.
Yes, I actually looked up to find out the ranges and shit. Yeah. And how far you could hit a ball with a putter. Yeah.
Yep. No fun.
All hail the internet.
Oh, hell, the internet. Turn that, I could have told you that because I did used to play golf.
But you said you won't roll on it on
No,
principle.
but Matt used to play golf.
But Matt said he wouldn't roll on it on principle also.
No.
I actually, my father taught golf and tried to get me into it. And there was only one kind of golf I enjoyed, and that's when you hit the ball and try to hit moving cars. That was it. Because I was a rotten fucking kid. Now I'm a rotten adult. Hey, the system works. It's times like this when Doc Fulton wishes he had a fucking caddy.
Oh, Cabana boy.
That's such a good story.
He was a rich Cabana boy, though. Fucking
Oh yeah. I mean, sure, Derek and I abused him without mercy for a couple of days, but it was worth it.
If I was a newbie, I would have taken it to get that much gold. Holy shit.
Well, that wasn't even the thing. It's all the fucking he got every cantrip and copy cantrip tome and sticks.
He came out better than most high level people that weekend, I'm sure.
Oh, he came out better than the rest of the chapter combined that weekend. And
Well,
he didn't
that's right,
get
it was Midwest.
No, this was up in Canada where they're super poor.
Well, because he was there at a Midwest event too.
Ah. Yeah. So you guys continue observing. Fulton makes a couple of experimental putts and stuff, hitting pine cones and shit.
Can I get it close enough to try to get their attention though?
It's up to you. Right now you're at 200 meters. You tell me where you're wanting to go to.
So like,
just
because I want to shoot it like away from where we are, but like where it might aggro to them, like where they might see the ball.
Yeah, you have no idea what their aggro range is.
That's fine. I'll knock one over that way. About half.
So how far or how close are you getting?
I'm doing from here. Like I just want
to. By half, you make it like about 30 meters. You make a beautiful 30-meter hit with your putter, but you're still at about 170 meters short.
Okay, and they don't notice that.
No.
Okay.
And you're down one goddamn golf ball.
I got 2 left.
Okay. Yeah, now they don't appear to notice. The 2 people who actually made their cryptozoology roll say nothing about their results.
They're pretty stupid. We can count on that.
Well, kind of. That I gave you a specific level of their intelligence, so
They're like pit bulls.
there you go.
They're attack dogs, basically.
Yep.
Why don't we, like, if like, quite honestly, if we were gonna go the whole aggro way, I would just say come here with, you know, the flying cars and shoot the shit out of them from the sky, because you could have the MMO people do that, because they have the 2 combat vehicles that we got from Gothic, so they could lay down cover fire as we go in, and they're fast enough that they could draw them away, and we are all, I think, pretty stealthy. We might be able to sneak in while they are distracting.
The only problem I see with that is, again, if that's definitely going to alert anything inside the tower to our presence. Where
I agree.
If there's a way we can get in without doing that, it could make the whole rest of the tower siege a lot easier.
Where there's a whip, there's a way.
I really don't want anyone inside to know that we've got inside.
So are you thinking that at night they have, because they don't
Hollow
have eyes,
Victory.
so the way they sense things? Go on. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hollow Victory. Play immediately. All victory cards go bye-bye.
It's too early for that shit anyway.
It's a good thing we got it out then.
Yep. So I'm thinking that since it's not going to matter then if it's nighttime or daytime. If there's any other sentries guarding this place, I think that they're probably relying mostly on the ice elementals.
Mm-hmm.
So
no windows.
Right.
You don't have to throw. Whoever threw the clogging greed, you don't have to throw that.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you very much.
cards.
Just victories.
So, like, even if like one of us, like, since I have my trumpet and there's no one, like the rest of you don't have that.
Well, we have one of me.
Oh, okay. So whichever one of us is sneaky enough can try to sneak in, but I don't know. I'm not sure how that would work. And I know contacting someone via Trump will alert because we're not sure enough yet.
Yeah.
So even if you get in trouble, like say like you get in trouble or I get in trouble trying to sneak in, it's not like we can get pulled back super easy. That'll take a little bit of time.
About 2 minutes.
So like
24 rounds, thereabouts. You'll be fine.
I mean, we're just hoping that whoever has set this up is cocky enough where they've kind of gone, yeah, 20 ice elementals, that'll do it. Nothing's going to get in through the front door, and so why should we guard the door itself?
Yeah, as far as drawing them away, probably something more natural of a animal, a scenario of an animal wandered too close and they're checking it out type of thing rather than guns a-blazing.
What you're saying, we should get a pantomime horse suit from MMO Land. Get 2 unwitting suspects from MMO Land to dress up.
Well, I would be appalled at using any real animal. People would be fine.
Especially if they're doors and it would just come straight back to me.
Since now we have access to Shermer heat pack warmers for hands, that might do something. I don't know. Put it on a string, go down there and yank it around.
It's a hot pack.
So another thing to think about is like I don't know much about mountains or like natural versus unnatural up here. Like I don't know if you guys do too. Like looking for other entrances. Like I don't think any like quote unquote bad guy would ever have just one entrance in and out. They would have an escape of some kind. They would have multiple other ways to get in and out. Have you guys circled around or look for that?
It's a good point, but I would guess at this point, with being how magical this tower is, that the ins and outs are probably going to be magic wins and outs, not physical entrances. But yeah, it could be worth checking out.
Yeah, we didn't specifically circle around looking for caves or whatever.
Worth the time to just try and take a good big radius around this, see if we can find anything?
I think it'd be worth it.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
It'll take about 2 days for the 4 of you to thoroughly search the area around the tower.
I think it's worth doing.
Yeah,
We
I do
have
too.
food.
Cut to 2 days later. You're all back at the camp having found nothing. But I gave cards out for the clever ideas.
2 days, huh? Oh, fumble. Give me a fumble card for using magic shit.
Good point. Let me do my dailies.
Take a D4 hit points and D4 magic points of damage there, Chris. This is what you get for your insolence.
Okay.
I have a lose stun damage card.
No, that's
Oh, if
okay.
only Freddy was here, right? I mean, it's not stun damage, but, you know, you can still. Whoa. I'm helping. I'm still imagining the first time Freddy wakes somebody up on the battlefield with that.
So are we saying that during our overnight we did spells over in an inconspicuous area?
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. These guys are like, "Wah! I'm casting spells over here."
So when I do detect power pattern, is there any other branches, or do I just get it again now?
Oh, you got a crit. Hold on a second. Let me look it up. Yes, with so many new skills, everybody's a skill whore now. So let's see. Amber.
Hey, Glenn. Do you need glasses yet?
I do need magical glasses.
Never mind.
Oh, regular glasses?
Detect power pattern. Have you already got lead a small group through shadow, Chris?
Yes.
Do you have detect power pattern for the second time in the day?
No.
Do you have detect power chaos?
Yes.
Do you have analyze power pattern?
Yes.
Okay, so now detect power pattern for the second time a day. Keep in mind, if you get any more crits on detect power pattern once a day, it does nothing for you. But if you get a crit on detect power pattern for a second time a day, detect power chaos, detect or analyze power pattern, or the walk a group through shadow, then stuff will go up. Get it?
Yeah.
Cool. Eventually, Chris will just go, detect power pattern 5. There's definitely nothing here. So there you go. Yeah, the one that you're really wanting to work up is you and somebody else is now tied with you, Chris, for to lead a small group through shadow. That's one of the naturally forming bottlenecks because, well, actually, with the 4 of you, you could try it, but normally you need the full group and the poor abused NPC. So you guys are all back at the campsite. You didn't find anything, but you had a jolly good time trekking through the mountains and stuff. There's plenty of food here. Pretty much as long as you have access to this campsite, Logan's not going to fuck with you with food because Scott and Sheila fucking made life easy here. It was a brilliant idea for somebody to pave the way, so to speak, rather than let's take a few weeks to get there and lug a bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, plus of course the fucking Trumps. Well, yeah, I mean, you could literally commute to work every day if you felt like it, and sleep back at the PC house if you feel like it. But there is a lovely campsite here that somebody set up.
Nice.
Bumble sketching.
You draw a huge cock.
Hey, look at this.
It shows Dana take the picture and put it on the refrigerator. It shows like 50 other pictures of cock. You're like, yes, we're very proud of you.
It's not even your best one.
All right, so we do our little travel. Find nothing, huh?
Correct. I mean, nearby is like the fucking blood pass and stuff. It's got a bunch of rocks in it and shit, but you know, that's nothing relevant. Oh, there is also the dwarven door thing, you know, and all that, but the dwarven door has nothing to do with this, but that's also to be determined later because I know the PCs are going to be like, "What's up, dwarves?" Kicking the door. We heard you got money. Hi, little fucker. I know that's going to happen, so I'm going to fucking design that.
You don't like this curse hammer?
Yeah, I know that shit's going to happen, so I will just design that as a kill dungeon for you guys to go in and do later. Because, you know, you don't like them.